Hey everyone, it's Bri. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Shimmerz Paints YouTube education team. And I'm starting off by prepping some marshmallow cardstock by Basil with some clear gesso because I'm going to be using quite a bit of different Shimmerz products. And I'm going to be adding a lot of liquid onto my paper, and I wanted it to be able to stay strong and have all the liquid sit on top of it and not be soaked up in paper. So today I'm going to be using a Paste-Eez in Salt of the Earth, and it's a white color. And I'm going to be changing the color actually. So I wanted to show this technique. So if you do get, one of the whiter colors, there's like Salt of the Earth and Paste-Eez and Tidy Whitey and the textures. And then I think there's another one, a glitter one. I don't have it in front of me, but you can change the color to make this paste how you want it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I've taken a Shimmerz in Moulin Rouge because I love this color. It's a really, really pretty pink. And I'm going to mix the two together. So I've got my little palette knife that I usually use to spread gesso on my paper. And I'm mixing the two together. And I love how this turned out. So I'm adding a little extra white just to get more so I have enough to use on a stencil that is right there. And this is a super old Heidi Swap stencil that I picked up at Tuesday Morning a couple years ago, and I've never used it. And so I thought it would be cool to add some paste to these hearts and then create my layout based on that. So I'm just spreading the paste around on not on every heart, but just on enough so it looks like they're kind of coming off the page, or coming from the bottom left up to the right. I did get a little messy here, but it was, I don't know, there's something satisfying when you get to, when you scrape the paste onto the stencil. I just love it. And then when you peel the stencil off and you get to see the final product, it is just, it's very satisfying to me, and I love it. And I love how it turned out. I love the color of the paste. So definitely try doing that. If you see paste that aren't, if you already have a lot of colors of the paste that, that we have in the shop, and you wanted something different, definitely try mixing some of your shimmers or your sprays, anything with one of the whites. So ta-da, there it looks. I love how it looks. I did have to clean up a little bit because my stencil did move. I didn't tape my stencil down like I probably should have because I was in a hurry, and I just wanted to get to it and create. And so I just took a baby wipe and my little scraper and I kind of cleaned it off. And since I prepped my paper with gesso, the paste hadn't dried, so I was able to wipe it up and make some of the edges a little crisp and clear. All right, so like I said, I am going to be adding a lot of liquid and water to my paper, and I'm starting off with Jeni Bleu. And this is a very, very pretty blue, and I picked this specific color scheme because I'm going back to a few of Paige Evans' collections. I believe I used Turn the Page and oh gosh, is it Take Me Away? I always get those two mixed up. And I don't have the packaging on them. No, it's Turn the Page and Pick Me Up. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. But these are the colors that match those collections perfectly. So I do have a new color that I just recently got. I am waiting for another package from Shimmerz with all the new colors. And so stay tuned for that. I'm going to have an unboxing video as soon as I get those and I can show off these colors. But in my first package that I got is a new Vibez. It's new to me. It's a Vibez, and it's in Razzeldazzle Berry, and I love this color. It's super pretty, and I love when the two mixed. Of course, it ended up being somewhat of a purple, and then I went back over it with more of the Razzeldazzle Berry, so it kind of looked like three different shades, basically. How I had it blended in together. So I'm just doing some splatters, I'm adding liquid, I'm just painting on the color. I didn't do the packaging technique for this one because I knew I wanted to be a little more controlled with it, and especially when I was adding it on top of the paste. And I wanted a lot of liquid so I could get those, like those organic watercolor lines, you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted it to look like it was watercolored with a paintbrush, I guess you can say. And if that's even coming out right, I'm having a hard time explaining. And I do apologize for my voice. I am getting sick, unfortunately, and it's just no fun. Okay, so I wanted to go in with some yellow, so I made sure that all of my colors that I've already put on were dry because I didn't want to muddy up the colors. I didn't want it to turn into brown and get icky. So I did go in with my heat tool, and now I'm adding a Spritz in Tuscan Sun. This is a very, very pretty golden yellow, and I love it. And it matches Paige Evans' collections perfectly. And you'll see in the close-ups or, yeah, at the end what I'm talking about with the watercolor lines. And that's what you get when you dry your, in stages. You dry it, and you add more color, and then you let it dry, and then you add more color. So I did speed it up, and then I'm kind of showing you right there. I know I go super fast because this layout did take me a little bit because I had to dry and the paste had to dry, and so I had to cut a lot out and then speed it up a lot. All right, so my background is basically finished. Now I'm just going to be working on my photo as well as my embellishments. And I've added this wax paper and to the back of my photo. I usually have been adding vellum, and I was like, okay, I don't usually use tissue paper, but I have this wax paper that we get at Sam's. It's like an individual sheets. And it's not waxy, but we use it for snacks or for when we wrap sandwiches. But it's perfect. And I thought, well, shoot, I have like 1,000 sheets of those for like $9 compared to, vellum can get pretty expensive. And then, the majority of the time, there's just a tiny piece that peeks out from the photo. So I think I'm going to start using these wax papers, and we'll see how that ends up. I'm not sure how it will be, if it'll discolor, in a year or so. So let's hope it turns out okay. But it's not waxy. I just love the texture of it. And so yeah, crossing fingers for that. All right, so I've pulled some die cut pieces, and the photo that I've chosen is of my oldest son. He had to get glasses a few months back, and unfortunately, he got his mama's eyes because I have very, very, very bad eyesight, and so he had to get some glasses only for school, which is great. He only wears it when he's in class, but he looked so handsome, and he, of course, I've mentioned this before, he is at the age where he does not want me to take pictures of him. He sighs and rolls his eyes and is like, Mom, please don't scrapbook that, or are you going to put that on your YouTube channel? And he knows better. He still does it for me, but I do catch a little bit of grief, and one of these days he'll appreciate it. He'll remember. He likes to go back and see what I've created, but he just hates me taking pictures of him. So anyways, he just looks so handsome, and anytime that you get anything that's different, or you have to change something about yourself, like, class-wise, I just told him how handsome he looked, and at first he really wasn't too hip on wanting to wear glasses, but we picked him out some Oakleys, and he was okay with it. So I wanted to document that, and I loved that chipboard piece right there that says "Change is good," because it is. He looks handsome, and it helps him see, and I just wanted him to feel good about himself. So yeah, I'm basically just embellishing, and this is a boy layout, but I've got nothing but feminine, what am I trying to say? Feminine embellishments. I've got hearts, I've got pinks and flowers, and that's okay. I don't care. I'm creating this basically for me, and he doesn't care. One of his favorite colors has always been pink, and yeah. I love how it turned out. I did want to add some stars, but then I thought it really didn't go with the softness of the hearts and the flowers. So I'll maybe save the stars for another layout. And then I tried to add those paper airplanes, but I think the edges were a little too sharp, and it didn't really flow well, in my opinion. And so I'm going to save those for another layout. But I mainly wanted to choose all of these Paige Evans products because I have a lot in my stash, and I have not been using it, and this was getting me to use it and to break it up and, to go back into my stash and use more things. So I'm just playing around and adding things here and there, and of course, I thought I brought my layout in. Oh, wait, hold on, there it is. Oh, sorry, I had to go get my layout. It was on the other side of my desk. But yeah, so I've added the flowers. I popped the cute little bird up on some pop dots to let him stand out. I've got a little embellishment cluster at the top left. That little flag says Old Endings, New Beginnings. I did add some bows. Yes, it's a page of my son, but I think the bows are cute, and yeah, I think it goes well together. And let's see, what else am I adding? What else have I added? I do go in with Shimmeringz and Baby's Breath to add a little more sparkle. And I just kind of sprinkled it and sprayed it around. And then I'm kind of showing y'all, I think I'm almost done, but then I do go back and I add my title. Because I was going to do it off camera, but then I wanted to, I stepped away and then came back and was like, you know what, let's add a few more things. So I've got my title. It says New Specs, because he did get new specs. He's so cute. And I added those gold foam thickers. I forget what collection those came from. And then I've added this chipboard flower and a chipboard heart. And then I've got these epoxy hearts from Pink Fresh Studios. That one just says you, and I layered it up on one of the paste hearts. I added a Felicity Jane paper clip. And just going around adding some enamel dots from the Shimmerz collection. That was from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And then, I don't know if you saw, my son is playing with my shimmers to the right. He was playing with my Razzeldazzle berry. And it's so funny. He knows exactly that you're not supposed to shake these and how you roll it in your hands. And he knows that he will not clog up my shimmers. And I love when he comes in and visits, or any of the boys that come in and check out what I'm doing. They always like to lay down on the ground and hang out with me while I scrap, and I absolutely love it. Or they compete and see how many layouts that I've got of one kid and not of the other. It just cracks me up. It really does. And I'm always like, well, maybe you should smile more for pictures for me, and then I'll be able to have more photos that I can scrap of you. All right, so I just added some simple journaling, just talking a little bit about his new glasses and how handsome he is. And that's my final layout. I love how it turned out. I love all the colors and all the Shimmerz products that I use. Don't forget, if you place an order, put my name in the comments and they'll send you a nice little freebie. And thank you so much for watching, for commenting and subscribing. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.